We're selling it.
I'm Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs.
Hey everybody, Chris with Legendary Customs. If you like what you see, hit the like button down below and please subscribe. One big thing is this Willys pickup truck that's behind me. The day has finally come for us to deliver it. It's the week before Thanksgiving right now. It goes out next week, and Soren and Lisa are definitely 100% ready to see their truck. Now, if you've been watching up to this point, awesome. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't been watching, go back about 1 year and look at all the episodes that took this pickup truck to become what it is today, the Dirty Willys truck. Today we're just going to do a walkthrough, what is on this rig, what makes up this rig, and just tell you all about it step by step, piece by piece, so you can say, hey, if I'm going to be building one of these things, these are parts and pieces that definitely fit in it and can make it work. And a lot of these parts and pieces will adapt over to other projects also. All right, we're going to start out with what this mean rig rides on. And that would be Cooper tires. We have used Cooper tires on so many rides. They always work out, especially the ones that for off-road. These are 33s. Going down the highway, not too loud, but aggressive enough to be out in the mud. And then right behind those are the Fox shocks. The Fox shocks really give this beast an enjoyable ride. One thing that I was really super worried about on this was having a harsh, really rough ride. And the Fox shocks, being as adjustable as they are, we can stiffen them up, and it does make it really like a pickup truck. Where they are now compared to stiffened up is a really, really nice ride. Now, going down the road, got to push stuff out of the way, right? The front bumper and the rear bumper are actually something that we designed right here at Legendary Customs. The front bumper that come on these Willys pickup trucks, they're pretty cool. Just a chrome or painted little itty bitty bumper with some decoration on it. Does it really fit a Jeep pickup truck? In my eyes, absolutely not. So, this being Legendary Customs, where ordinary becomes legendary, we had to do something over the top. No one makes an aftermarket bumper for the front and rear for these pickup trucks, so we just designed one, mocked it up, took it over to PT Welding and cut it out, bent it up, welded it together, and this is what we came up with. And these things are not just 1/8" steel, they're 3/16. Now, I don't recommend Soren and Lisa to go out and just hit trees and hit cars and push stuff out of the way, but I would have to bet that these bumpers are going to be the last thing to give when they hit another car. They're just amazing. Then we're going to go back to, what's this thing going to be used for? Soren and Lisa are going to take this thing off-roading. Now, I've been told that they're going to make an entire YouTube channel based on taking this out on adventures. The vehicles are wonderful, our clients are wonderful, but it's really about the memories of the past and the memories yet to come. And that's exactly what this truck is going to be doing. It's going to be off-road, it's going to be in the mud, it's going to be on the trails. So, we put some auxiliary cans. One of them will be for water, the other one on the other side will be for fuel. So they look cool as heck, and they're functional. Now, one thing that you might have been wondering, when is he going to talk about it? When's he going to talk about it? The paint on this thing. So I was given a call. I was said, here's a concept. Soren likes to play video games, and she likes a particular video game called Fallout. I have never played it Because she said something about it, I looked into it. What is fallout? Apparently it is a war game, if you will, after a nuclear war. She wanted a truck that would fit right into the video game. So imagination starts rolling, starts thinking, and I'm thinking, okay, the nuclear bomb goes off, the dust, the ashes, everything settles on everything. And because it's a nuclear bomb, if you're anywhere close to it, the stuff that's affected doesn't move for a long time. So the dust settled on top of it, and then of course the acid rain and everything else that comes along with it starts washing the dust off. And that's what this paint job is supposed to represent. So this thing was covered once with black soot, and then over time the rain just starts washing it off. Zach, he's our lead guy here at Legendary Customs, and I would have to say, Zach nailed this paint. You're seeing this on the video, even in high definition 4K. In person is the only way you can see what this really looks like. I've sent pictures of this to people. Matt from Rags, he did the interior. I sent pictures of it and he's like, oh, that's cool. And then he came and looked at it and he's like, holy cow, this thing is just amazing. He had it at his shop to do the interior, and so many people came in and was like, holy cow, look at that paint. Going down the road, right? We're on the Cooper tires, we're on the Fox shocks. It's gonna be out on the trail. Underneath is a 44 gallon fuel cell that was custom built. We designed it, put it together, PT welding, Pete over there welded it together, and it is going to haul the fuel so they can stay on the trail as long as they want. So those are some bits and pieces. Chrome moly roll bar. We don't want them to roll over, but this is true chrome moly roll bar that is used in roll cages inside of race cars. And then of course the spare tire carrier, all that good jazz. LED lights everywhere on this thing. When you're out in the woods, you're out on the trail, you need everything to be lit up. Flip a switch, you got fog lights in the front that really brighten the way along with the LED headlights. And on the side and on the rear, big floodlights that really light up the trail. So this thing is built for show, it's built for go, and it's built to get muddy out on the trails. So that's a little bit about the outside of this beast. Now we're going to go to under the engine, under the bonnet. Let's see what the engine is.
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
Are you looking for a legendary gift for the legendary people in your life? Go to our website, go to our store, click on it, open it up. There is all sorts of legendary merchandise in there that is perfect for this upcoming Christmas. Check it out, go buy something. Okay, what makes this thing go down the road? It is a Chevy LS 6.0 that is making approximately 400 horsepower. This is a great running engine. Everything that is used for the braking and the transmission, it's a 6-speed GM transmission. The braking system actually is out of a 2013 Chevy pickup truck also. It's a hydro boost system, so we are not using vacuum or anything for this to depend on it. The same pump that runs the power steering runs the brakes. First time we've ever used it, and I would have to say it is an amazing upgrade that we will use again and again and again. The look of a hydro boost system won't necessarily fit underneath a 1958 Chevy Cameo truck because it's a little bit bulky, a little bit too new school, too mechanical, but under this fits perfectly and it does its job. Now, underneath the hood, everything is candy apple red over black, just the same as the interior. So it goes and it looks awesome. Cold air intake. Dan from DCA made us a high volume radiator to keep this cool. It actually holds more liquid than the Chevy pickup truck radiator does. So never going to overheat, does what it needs to do. The fan that cools it is a spall fan. So when the radiator gets to a certain temperature because of the liquid, so the spall fan turns on, brings it down. We actually have two fans, a spall fan on this side that cools for the air conditioning. That one pushes, and a spall fan on the inside, when it calls for cooling, it pulls. So we have double fans that turn on and really keep this thing the way it needs to be. All right, you remember the custom bumpers I talked to you about earlier that we fabricated for this beast? If you want one, you can order one from us. The front or the rear, we have them both available. They both are designed to hook up on the front and the rear to pull your butt out if needed. Pull this pin, pull this out, and in the front and the rear, we have a Bully winch that will pull 13,000 pounds out. Now, this vehicle does not weigh 13,000 pounds, but any of you that go off-roading know if you get stuck in the mud, you have to pull yourself out with just a lot more weight than the vehicle. You have to get unstuck out of the mud. So 13,000 pounds, we figure would do that. But on these bumpers, if you want one, drop us a line on our website or on the tag down below when you comment on these. We can design it. This one says Dirty Willis. We can design it to say your name. We can have absolutely nothing in there. This particular one, we have fog lights in there. And some of you purists might be noticing we're missing the factory lights. Now we cut them out really nice. They're in a box. They're going with the truck, but we did update the look to a little bit more modern look. The turn signal and a bright light to light up the trails again. So you have LED headlights, you have the turn signals along with the floodlights on the fog lights, and then you have this. Between all that, the trail is going to be very well lit. Now, it's hard to see, but right underneath here, inside the cab, they can flip a switch, and that is actually a camera. So when you're sitting up in this truck, riding down the trails, if you're wondering, am I coming up on rocks? Am I coming up, what's in front of me? This camera will help show you what's going on. So that's a little bit about the bumper. Again, if you want one, comment down below. We'll get you a quote. We have them made right here in the United States, right here in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and we can ship them anywhere. The rear bumper is just as functional as the front bumper. Again, 3/16 steel. In the aftermarket world of bumpers, they say 1/8 inch is heavy duty. Well, this is heavier than that. But this is very functional. On the side, you have a side step. This whole step here, you can stand on it, you can jump on it, you can set stuff on it. It is built strong. Again, the same rear receiver for a winch. Oops, I said it. Winches at home, winches in the back of the truck. So the rear winch, again, 13,000 pounds. And everything on here is black. The whole underside of the truck is done in Raptor liner, and that's what our bumpers are done in. Very, very durable, washes very easily, but everything being black, the black LED lights, we literally have a boatload of black tinted red LED lights. So when they're going down the road, somebody's coming up behind them, you're never gonna be what's in front of me because it's not lit well enough. All these LED lights light up, the running lights will be on, and of course when you hit the brake lights, everything comes on, and they are sequential. When you turn on the blinker, it starts on one side and goes to the left for turning left, and of course it goes for the right for turning right. So again, heavy duty look, very modern for function, and very trail worthy. That's what this is all about. And again, right here we have Legendary Customs right on our bumper. We can put your name, we can leave it blank, we can do anything that you would like. Cut in the fog lights, tail lights. Out on the trail. How many of you have been out on the trail where, yes, you can see behind you, yes, you can see in front of you, but you can't see next to you? Built into the bumper is actually, again, another floodlight for the left and the right side. Flip a switch inside, boom, just like a Christmas tree. It's lit up behind you, it's lit up beside you. It is functional. And again, Soren plans on taking this off-road and getting it muddy. She joked around saying that every 5 years she's going to bring it back to Legendary Customs to have us redo it. Now, I hope every 5 years it doesn't require a total redo, but I do hope to see it every 5 years needing something, because that means they're driving it, having fun, and creating memories. And that is what these things are all about. Let's go to the inside, check that out. All right, we have the inside of this beast. Now again, this is gonna be an off-road vehicle. So, with an off-road vehicle, one thing that they wanted, which we made happen, is racing seats. And then you put in a 4-point racing harness. Now, these are fully adjustable. We're going to have to adjust them for their size. Right now, they're a little bit big, but fully adjustable. You're on the road. These racing seats have nice wings on them, so when you're going back and forth, it's going to hold you. And believe it or not, these things are extremely comfortable. Need out, push this, everything comes off, you're out. So it is a true racing setup, 4-point, beautiful. Now, inside, like I mentioned under the hood, it's all candy apple red. We did a 48 Willys pickup truck before. Go back to our videos, review that if you would like. It was a bright red one, awesome rig. We used dolphin gauges in there, and the gauge cluster on a Willys pickup truck is in the center. So even though everything is modern, and this is totally different than what things looked like from the factory, it's all right there for you to look at. So you got your speedometer, which, by the way, is run totally by satellite. So the large tires that we have on here, doesn't matter. When you're going 30 miles an hour, the satellite will tell you you're going 30 miles an hour. So if for some reason they decide to go from 33s to 35s, it's not going to care. Dolphin gauges are excellent that way. Got your RPMs, you got your fuel gauge, which shouldn't move very fast with the huge tank that we have in the back. You have your alternator showing everything is charging. You have your oil pressure gauge, and of course you have the temperature gauge. This is the LS engine is the same one that's in my pickup truck. It runs right around 210 to 220 degrees going down the highway. With the miles that we put on this one, it's running the exact same. Now, these pulls that we have are awesome little pulls. These are used in a lot of the upgrades in the modern Jeeps. I forget the company's name that makes them. We'll look it up. We'll put them in as a drop line if you want them. But they make these in, this is clear anodized aluminum. They make them in red, anodized, black, green, purple, anything. But it gives it a real nice look. We got rid of the glove box. Well, there wasn't one actually, but we put this on there. It just really, again, gives it a nice look, not too modern, not out of place. Now, the shifter on this thing, it originally was a column shift. We changed it to a floor shift. Why? It's out of the way. The column shift, yes, this is a tilt, but the column shift interfered on this one with the dash, so we put it down here. This is a locker lock car shifter. They make them. You can find them anywhere on the internet. Bolts right up to that 6-speed General Motors transmission. 4x4, again, right here, simple reach, pull down. This is different. This is a Jeep that you have to get out, lock in the front hubs, pull it into 4-wheel drive, and go. This is not your push button and it's automatic. So a little bit of work is needed, but that's exactly how they wanted it. They wanted it old school, and that's how they were. So the transmission is actually out of a 1990 Chevy pickup truck. I mean, this thing is comfortable. Headliner from Rags, door panels from Rags. The door panels, how do you open and close these doors? They didn't really have something. We ordered right out of the catalog for modern Jeeps a parachute cord. It's awesome. Grab it, close it up, good to go. This does have vintage air in here. All of the controls are right here. But one thing that I really enjoy in these old vehicles are the old wing windows. If you didn't have air conditioning, these things are air conditioning at 60 miles an hour. I wish automakers would bring these things back. They won't, but I wish they would. Old school, 3-spoke banjo steering wheel, black leather, billet aluminum. Again, touch of modern yet the look of old school. So the interior, get in it, go mudding, keep the mud out of the inside. The whole floor, just like underneath, is covered in the Raptor liner. So if they want, I hope they don't, but if they want, they can hose things out under here, but they have to be careful of the electrical boxes that are right under the seats in the tool compartments. And of course, because they're going to be out on the trails, they need a fire extinguisher for fighting the forest fires. We brought one with. That's going to help them for about 5 minutes. Anyway, that's the interior. That's the rundown on this bad boy, bad girl. I believe, no, I don't believe, I know this is worthy of running down the trails. This is truly a picture of our tagline, where ordinary becomes legendary. Anyone who sees this vehicle at any moment, at a gas station, at a car show, or out on the trails, are going to remember it for many, many, many different reasons. Appreciate each and every one of you watching this video. Again, if you like what you see, hit the like button down below. Please subscribe. It helps us out tremendously. There's a lot of video content out there on our site from previous builds, and there's going to be a lot more content put on for future builds. So take this one in. It was an awesome project from beginning to end. Yes, there was a little bit of bitching and moaning because of delays of products, but that's what happened with COVID. If you're watching this in 2050, look back. It's probably a non-event in the history books, but it's there. Anyway, again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Subscribe, gives us the thumbs up, comment down below, and keep watching. A lot more to come. Appreciate it.